Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel where we discuss all things narcissism, and this video is how to torture a narcissistic person, how to get one over a narcissistic person, how to serve karma to a narcissistic person. Now we can have people that would say, oh no, I wouldn't want to do anything like that. Now these are usually narcissistic people, not always. However, nobody is that saintly, nobody is that innocent. When someone has hurt us, when someone has taken advantage over us, when somebody has exploited us, it's natural to get feelings of anger and resentment and frustration, which can cause us to want to see justice being served, want to pay them back. However, due to our nature, we can go through the phases of wanting to get them back and then feeling cruel for trying to get them back. We can go through stages of wanting to see them suffer, yet wanting to see them do well and improve themselves and change and become a better person. It's a cycle of emotions, and they are all normal. And they are all what many people have to process and have to go through. Now, if you are lucky enough not to be narcissistic and to just want to wish them well, then that's on you, as long as you can find a way to move forward. However, the majority of people go through that stage of anger and resentment where they want to punish the person who has hurt them. Now, when it comes to dealing with narcissistic people, they are incredibly self-entitled people, they are envious people, they are exploitative people, and they lack the empathy to care. So you do have to be careful. You cannot go around abusing your abuser, as they will escalate their games and punish you. Getting one over a narcissistic person, you run the risk of them punishing you. So you do have to keep yourself safe. However, the best method to get one over a narcissistic person, to take your revenge on a narcissistic person, is to simply cut off your supply. Take your supply away from them. Starve them. Just like we all need fuel just to heat our homes when it's cold, to air condition our homes when it's too hot, to make crops of food to eat, to survive. We all need some form of fuel. We all need some sort of nourishment. We all need air to breathe. And with a narcissistic person, their main source of supply, their main fuel is from the people around them. They're seeking to get that validation. They're seeking to get that attention. Be it the grandiose narcissist who's looking for that validation of just how amazing they are, who's turning on that charismatic charm to get the adoration and the praise that they believe that they are entitled to, or the vulnerable narcissist who's going to be playing the victim, who's going to be claiming that they have no one, that is looking for that sympathetic attention. And we can feel bad for people. However, that doesn't mean we have to help everybody we feel bad for, especially when every time we try to help them, they destroy a little piece of us. So taking your supply away from a narcissistic person is the best way to punish a narcissistic person. No longer defending yourself to them, as by defending yourself to them, you're playing straight into their hands, straight into their games. They know that they're winding you up, they know that they're getting to you, and they're gaining more information and knowledge about you to read you, to use against you. No longer explaining yourself to them. They're not interested in your explanations, they're interested in what they can use against you to hurt you, to punish you. no longer giving them the validation and the praise that they are seeking. Narcissistic people do for others in order to receive something in return for themselves. Genuine people do for others in order to help another person out. Most people don't take too kindly to praise when they're not narcissistic. Some people can accept the praise. Most people find it awkward because they haven't done it for that reason. They've done it to help another person out. A narcissist has done something so that you're eternally grateful, or so that they can use it against you at some point. Narcissistic people want everybody running around after them. So when you stop running around after them, this hurts them. When you take away the supply of the image that they are trying to sell to the outside world, so if they're trying to sell the ideal, perfect family unit, and you start to shatter this image so that the narcissist finds it increasingly difficult to sell that image, this is going to hurt the narcissist, because that is their supply, the image they're selling to people. We all know ourselves, when we lose our home to an exploitative person, it hurts. We've in essence lost our shelter that we work so hard for, and it does naturally hurt us. Nobody falls in love faster than a narcissist who needs a place to stay. So when a narcissist uses you as supply for shelter, for somewhere to live, and you take that shelter away from them, that hurts them. This isn't to, what a narcissistic person will do is move into somebody else's home and then try all they can to take that home away from that person. So someone's worked hard to achieve something, a narcissist will come along and take it. A narcissistic person will move into your home, feel entitled to have your home, and then when they lose your home, because they didn't manage to exploit you, they get offended, even though that you are the one who worked for it. If they move on and you shatter the illusion for their new supply, so you're causing fractures within that relationship, you cannot go to a new supply and explain what a narcissistic person is like, as a narcissistic person has usually played the victim and claiming how you're obsessed and you want to split them up, and they're doing all they can to sell the new supply an illusion that works in that narcissistic person's favour. So potentially, if you go and speak to them, explain it to them, and then then leave them to it, it might cause those little bit of doubt within their mind. So when things do crop up, they start to think, ooh. Now some are naturally, we are human, narcissistic or not, we can have an ego. So when we fought so hard for something or for somebody, it can be hard to recognise and accept. We might be able to recognise, however, it can be hard to accept that we have been exploited. So it can take longer than others to stop fighting for that relationship. However, if you can give enough evidence to cause that doubt, to cause those fractures within that relationship, so that the narcissist inevitably loses their new source of supply, the narcissist will blame you. Even if you butt out and leave them to it and walk away, which can cause those fractures because the narcissist is lying to that person and you're no longer matching the story the narcissist is telling. So even if you don't do a single thing, to a narcissist, if that fails, they will find a way to blame you or blame them or blame anybody else but themselves. Narcissistic people do not do responsibility. They do scapegoats and blame shifting and gaslighting to get away with the things that they do to other people. So when it comes to dealing with a narcissistic person, and when it comes to their anger and resentment and wanting to seek revenge, wanting to punish them, wanting to make them feel how you feel, you take their supply away. Whatever supply it is to that individual narcissist can be down to their control. Narcissistic people like that certainty of being in control. being in control, which is why when control slips away from them, they can play many mind games in order to regain that control, recognizing their games and no longer playing into them, no longer giving them that emotional reaction, showing them that indifference. It offends them, it hurts them. Indifference, when we are trying to tell somebody something and they're just totally not interested, and it's either something that we're really pleased about or something really upsetting and they're not interested, it hurts the best of us. It hurts people. It really does hurt a narcissistic person because they believe they are superior. It hurts them to the next level. So showing them indifference, no longer being interested, no longer validating them. If they want to fall silent on you, just remain silent towards them. Respect their silence. Don't chase them. They're looking for you to chase them. When they want to sulk, let them sulk. Don't pander to them. They're looking for you to pander to them. Recognize their game and no longer play. Narcissistic people provoke you to get that reaction from you so that they can blame everything on you. So when they're no longer getting that reaction, it can infuriate them and they can up their games. You have to recognize the game they're playing and no longer play it. And when you do take your supply away, all hell can break loose. So you do have to remain safe. Narcissistic people are not the kinds of people that you want to mess with. You moving on with your life, that hurts them. However, if they see a way to get in and ruin things for you, they will. Therefore, the best revenge is not letting them see you do well. Because if they can, they will ruin that for you. If it's all possible, the best revenge is to cut off their supply and move away from them. Recognize who they are as a person and go and live your best life and leave them to go and live theirs. If anyone has anything that they noticed that hurt a narcissistic person, please do add those into the comments. Anything that helps you move on from a narcissistic person, please do also add those into the comments for those reading through. Thank you very much to all the returning subscribers and your continued support with the channel. It's greatly appreciated. If you are new to the channel, I'm Elizabeth Shaw. This channel is all about narcissistic behaviour to give you more understanding of the people you might be dealing with within your life, how to handle yourself around those people if you cannot go no contact, and different methods to find what works for you to help you understand and overcome narcissistic and emotional abuse. If you do find the information helpful on the channel, please do subscribe. If you are looking for further help and support in understanding and overcoming narcissistic and emotional abuse, I do have several online guides available and those teachable links are in the video description. If you're looking for someone to speak to, I have partnered with BetterHelp and their sponsored link is also in the video description. Go out there and create the day that you deserve because you do deserve to have an amazing day. Bye.